Okay guys, today we are looking at dividing fractions and mixed numbers. So extending on what we did yesterday where we were just looking at fractions, but today we're going to add mixed numbers. So once again, we have to change our mixed numbers into improper fractions in order to set up our problem here. So we're going to take this 2 2/5, and we're going to do 2 wholes times the denominator, which gives us 10. And then we have to add that numerator, so add 2, and we have 12 fifths. So the first fraction is going to be 12 fifths. Oops. 12 fifths. And remember, we're still doing keep it, change it, flip it. So I can change this division sign into a multiplication sign. Remember, I'm going to keep that first fraction. I had to change it into improper first, but I'm not going to flip that around. And then I'm going to change this division sign into multiplication. And last, I'm going to flip the 3/4 to 4/3. And now I'm going to extend my numerator and my denominator. In the top, I'm looking at 12. I didn't leave myself very much room here. I put the branches in here. I get 2 and 6. Keep our circle on the 2. And my 6 is made by 2 and 3. Sneak it in there. Should have left myself more room. And then the 4 is also over here. The 4 is going to need some branches as well. 2 and 2. So now in the numerator, I've got 2 times 2 times 3 times 2 times 2. In the denominator, I'm looking at 5 is prime and so is 3, so I don't have to do any branches there. I just have 5 times 3. And I can cancel 3 on top and 3 on the bottom. And I'm left with 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is going to give me 16. And on the bottom, I just have fifths. So last step is to go from an improper into a mixed number again. How many times does 5 go into 16? 5, 10, 15. It goes in there 3 whole times, and I'll have 1/5 left over. So my mixed number answer would be 3 1/5. All right, remember if we have two mixed numbers, then we have to change both of these into impropers, and then you can do a keep it, change it, flip it. So let's start here. I'm going to do 3 times 6. So I'm going to do the whole number times the denominator. That's going to be 18. I'm going to add that 5, which gives me 23. So I'm going to have 23 sixths. And over on the right side here, I've got 1 times 3 is 3, plus the 2 on top in the numerator, and that gives me 5. The denominator stays the same, so 5/3. Okay, so I could rewrite this as 23 sixths divided by 5/3. But remember, we want to do our keep it, change it, flip it. So we're going to keep the first one, 23 sixths. And we're going to change the division to multiplication. And then we're going to flip this last fraction. Instead of 5/3, it's going to be 3/5. And I need to extend my line between the numerator and the denominator. Looking at the numerator, I've got 23 and 3. And 3 and 23 are both prime numbers. So 23 times 3 on top in the denominator, 5 is a prime, but 6 is made by 3 times 2. So I'm going to have 3 times 2 times 5. So the only thing I can cancel here is I can cancel the 3 in the numerator and 3 in the denominator, and I'm left with, in the numerator, 23, and the denominator, 2 times 5 is 10. So 23 tenths. Once again, we need to take that and make that into a mixed number. So 10 goes into this 23, 10, 20, it goes in there 2 times, 2 wholes, with 3 tenths left over. All right, one more example. What if we have a whole number divided by a mixed number? So because we have the fractions in there, we still have to make both of them look like fractions. The first one we have to make into a fraction because it's a whole number. And the second one we have to take it and make it into an improper fraction. So to make 9 into a fraction, we're just going to draw a line and put it over the denominator 1. So 9 wholes. That one was pretty easy. And then we're going to take our mixed number 3 3/4. 3 times 4. So we take the whole number times the denominator. And that gives us 12. And then we're going to add those 3 slices. So we have 15, and our denominator stays the same, so we have 15 fourths. So I rewrite this as 9 over 1 divided by 15 fourths. But we see the division sign, and so we're going to keep it, change it, flip it. So we're going to keep that first one, 9 over 1. We're going to change the division sign to multiplication. And then we're going to flip that and make it 4/15. So we'd have 9 over 1 times 4/15. And let's take and extend our line through the numerator and the denominator. Let's see, 9 is not prime, so we're going to do a little branch here. That's 3 times 3. And 4 is made by 2 times 2. And remember to leave myself room for my branches this time. So in the numerator on the top, I've got 3 times 3 times 2 times 2. And in the denominator, remember we don't do anything with the 1. We just put branches under that 15. 15 is 5 times 3. And those are both prime. So our branches are done in the denominator. We've got 5 times 3. And now I need to cross off. Looks like I've got a 3 and a 3 here I can cross off. So in the numerator, 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6, times 2 is 12. And then we have 5 in the denominator, so 12/5. Remember, we need to make that into a mixed number. 5 is going to go into 12 2 whole times with 2/5 left over. And that's how we do dividing with mixed numbers.